Hello guys, magandang araw ulit sa inyong lahat. Ito ulit yung inyong kaibigan, Engineer Mark. Thank you so much once again for having me today. Actually, before tayo mag-proceed sa ating panibagong topic, gusto lang nating i-invite kayo. Please like and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, Engineer Mark TV, and then also sa ating Facebook page na Engineer Mark TV also, para ho sa mga updates and also sa mga additional topic na kailangan nating i-share sa inyo for your own ideas, especially to all these civil engineering students, mga aspiring civil engineers, na makapagbigay ho tayo ng additional ideas sa mga civil engineering topics na ina-upload natin on daily basis or sometimes weekly basis also. So, actually, yung topic natin ngayong araw, maiba na naman tayo. Yung i-discuss natin sa inyo is related ho sa project management. So far, for now, yung discussion natin is related ho sa tatlong key elements ng project management. Let's say for example, mag-i-execute tayo ng project, and then at the same time, yung success and failure ng project ay nakarely ho or nakadepende dito sa three key elements ng project management. Ano yung tatlong key elements ng project management na kailangan nating pagtuunan always ng pansin, para ho magiging successful yung pag-i-implement or pag-i-execute natin ng isang proyekto. Yung una dito guys, magki-create tayo ng tinatawag na equilateral triangle. One of the side, there are three sides na kailangan equal. Sa project management, there are three major elements na kailangan nating i-take a look. Yung una dito, ito yung tinatawag na time. Yung pangalawa is the cost. At saka yung pangatlo is the scope. Ano yung time? Yung time is, kung nag-execute tayo, this is the duration of the project. Yung time frame na kung saan doon natin matapos yung a certain na mga proyekto. Yung pangalawa, ito yung tinatawag na cost. Ano yung cost? Ito yung tinatawag na budget ng project. So, kailangan mayroon lang tayong certain limitations na yun lang ho yung allotted budget sa isang project. Na kailangan natin, hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-exceed dyan. Well, it's because kung mag-exceed tayo, ibig sabihin, hindi ho matino yung pag-deliver natin ng project mismo na nag-exceed na tayo within a certain amount. So, nagkakaroon na ho ng losses. Yung pangatlo dito, ito yung tinatawag na scope. Ano yung scope? Yung scope na tinatawag, ito yung tinatawag ng mga trabaho na kailangan lang ho gawin sa certain project. Kung mayroon ho kayong trabaho na kung minsan hindi na ho related sa kontrata, that's the time na magkaroon na ho ng overexpense. And then at the same time, magkakaroon na rin ho ng delays. Well, it's because tinatrabaho muna yung mga trabaho na kung saan hindi na ho nakasaad sa kontrata. Hindi na nakasaad sa scope of works mo. So, ngayon, sa three elements na to, dapat equal ito. These three elements will affect the quality of the project if there are change or there is any change in one of the side of this triangle. Let's say for example guys, nagkakaroon ho ng change sa time. Let's say for example, nag-exceed ka na sa yung duration mo sa project. So you have to cope up. So coping up para ma-finish mo, para ma-compensate mo yung time na na-overdue ka na sa certain schedule, it will affect the quality. Let's say for example, na-overexpense ka na. Nagkaroon na ho ng losses. I'm talking about now the cost. It will affect also the quality of the project because you had to do as much as you can in order to make sure na makomplete mo yung project, and you had to minimize the cost. Well, it's because na-overexpense ka na. Exceeded ka na sa allotted budget. And then at the same time, yung scope na naman, once na nagtrabaho ka ng scope na hindi na related sa project without knowing yung contractual requirements ng isang proyekto, tinatrabaho mo na Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon na ho ng another expenditures. And then at the same time, affected na rin yung time mo. Because hindi mo na natatrabaho yung supposedly sana nasa work breakdown structure mo, which is doon mismo sa kontrata mo. Any change on these particular elements, it will affect on the quality of the project. Let's say, for example, you had to expedite in order to ensure that you had to complete the project on time. So, let's say, for example, minsan niraras na lang natin, minsan nagto 24 hours work schedule tayo, minsan hindi na natin na-adhere yung tamang standard. Well, it's because delay na tayo. I'm talking now about the time, Minsan, let's say, for example, delay ang project because hindi na tayo nag-adhere ng tamang resources. Hindi tayo nag-adhere as per schedule. Ang daming mga constraints na andyan. So sometimes, in order to cope up, we had to accelerate. But accelerating, minsan hindi na natin ina-adhere yung tamang standards and also the right procedures, proper methods, and then the quality of work has been impacted due to the certain situations by which we had to accelerate in order to cope up with the time. Yan ho yung isang bagay na kung saan nakapag-apekto din sa ating trabaho sa implementation ng project. And then at the same time, sa cost mismo, let's say for example, exceeded ka na sa allotted budget, you had to sacrifice the quality in order to ensure na kailangan ma-minimize ho yung expenditures ng isang proyekto. Hindi properly budgeted, let's say for example, pag ang budget ay hindi matino at hindi na pag-aralan ng tama, okay pa lang at the start of the project, but at the middle and at the closing stage of the project, doon na natin ma-realize that we are on the losing stage. Well, it's because the budget has not been properly analyzed and not being properly studied during the time sa tender stage, and then also on the contractor side, sometimes hindi gastos lang tayo ng gastos. And then at the end of the day, it found out upon reconciliations of the expenditures na mayroon na pala tayong losses. Hindi na natin na-oversee yun. So na-overlook natin. That's the time, it's too late now, we had to rush, we had to do shortcuts in order to ensure na kailangan lang matapos yung project at saka ma-reduce yung cost. So, what will happen? It will affect to the quality of the project. And then at the same time, yung sa scope naman mismo, minsan, may mga certain situations na ang contractor hindi alam ang gagawin. Minsan, tinatrabaho na yung hindi man lang mismo pag-aralan yung kontrata. Kung ano lang yung allotted scope of works na kailangan niya lang gawin sa certain project. However, tinatrabaho niya na yung particular na trabaho na kung saan hindi related sa nakasaad sa kanyang kontrata. Ito yung tinatawag na scope creep. Meaning, hindi na related sa trabaho mo without knowing ng contractual requirements. So, kailangan magkaroon tayo bago tayo mag-execute ng isang proyekto, kailangan magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na WBS or known as the Work Breakdown Structure in order to ensure na determine natin kung ano lang yung scope na related sa atin. Let's say for example, gagawa kayo ng ordinaryong bahay, Bahay lang yung related sa kontrata ninyo. So, ibig sabihin, allotted lang yung budget doon and then at the same time, yung duration doon sa paggawa lang mismo ng bahay. However, minsan, ang owner ng bahay nagsasabing, pwede nyo bang gawin muna to yung mga perimeter fence? Or pwede bang maliit na bagay lang naman to, yung let's say mga canals surrounding the house, Which is, hindi na yan kasama sa kontrata. It must be budgeted. At saka mayroong certain durations na kailangan mo rin i-add doon sa schedule mo. Kasi hindi siya part of your estimate. Hindi siya part ng kontrata mo. Hindi siya part ng budget mo. Pero minsan, without knowing, akala mo siguro yung mga maliliit na bagay na pinapagawa sa'yo as a contractor, minsan, na okay lang, sige, kaya natin yan. And then continuously ma-accumulate yun. And then at the end of the day, ma-realize mo, if you are the project leader, ma-realize mo, oh my goodness, I am already out of my budget, and then at the same time, I am already, nag-exceed na ako sa schedule. Delay na ako sa mga trabaho na supposedly kailangan tapusin. Well, it's because may mga trabahong maliliit na winork out mo, that is not the main category ng trabaho mo, supposedly. Hindi yan related sa scope na nakatalaga sa kontrata mo. So, kailangan magiging vigilant ho tayo, guys, in order to make sure or ensure na kailangan magiging successful yung isang proyekto. Kailangan ho tandaan natin yung tatlong project management key elements sa pag-execute ng isang proyekto. Once again, i-recap natin, ito yung tinatawag na time, which is the schedule. And then at the same time, ito yung tinatawag na cost, which is the budget. And then at the same time, ito yung tinatawag na scope, which is related to the works, So, kailangan natin bantayan yung tatlong elements that any change on this particular elements will impact with regards to the quality of the project. So, guys, hopefully, yung information na to nakapagbigay ng idea sa inyo, at least makikita natin, ma-realize natin. Once control mo yung tatlong elements na to, kailangan control mo to as being a project manager or any project leader, Kailangan magiging vigilant ka sa tatlong elements na to. Just always keep in mind these three major key elements of the project. Kung control mo yung elements na to, control mo yung quality, you will ensure that you can deliver the project on time, on schedule, and then at the same time, successful. So guys, thank you so much once again. Hopefully yung information na to nakapagbigay ng ideas at saka additional knowledge sa inyo, So once again, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, and then also sa ating Facebook page, Enginemark TV, for your own ideas sa mga additional topics na i-upload natin at saka ibibigay natin sa inyo for additional information and overviews. Have a nice day, guys.